Well, good morning, everybody. Jeff Slakey and Spencer Hughes here on the Daybreak Show Fridays, and we take time to welcome in and talk with Dr. Alex Apostle from the Shelton School District. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Spencer. It's great to be with you.
Well, so this has been kind of, if we were all in school and everything was going on, this would have been spring break week for Shelton School District. Obviously,
Yes.
We heard early in the week the announcement by the governor and superintendent of the Washington schools, all the schools, Chris Reichdahl, on the canceling of in-school learning through the rest of this year and hopefully to pick back up in the fall. But again, questions about that. What was the response? What was the reaction like between you and the other people in the district when I think we all kind of knew this was coming, but to get that final announcement?
Well, it really, we anticipated that to be the case, but we know that we need to rev up as much as possible our distant learning and online learning capability, and we're fighting very hard. I can tell you that every single day, 7 days a week, to do the very best we can from this point to the end of the school year, which is June 19th. So we have a lot of work to do, and I just need to compliment the staff of the Shelton School District. I'm telling you, and I'm online or telephoning 7 days a week, contacting people in our district about what we need to have done and where we're going and all of that. But they are doing a great job, and I can tell you that, we are trying to be realistic in terms of the programs and the connections that we make with our families, and I'm really concerned about our families and the stress that they're going through right now. We're asking them through one strategy or another to educate their kids or to help us educate their kids along with the other things that they're experiencing. So that's constantly on my mind in terms of the pace that we are going. I want to make sure that we're not overwhelming both staff and families. So we're being very careful about that. But I can tell you that starting next week, we're going to kind of rev up things a little, but not too much to frustrate our parents and families and our staff. But we're going to methodically develop a K-12, pre-K-12 model of education to the best of our ability and transfer that information to the families. But at the same time, taking into consideration all factors that families are dealing with at this time. I'm very concerned about all that, all the things that families are dealing with right now. But our vision is that whenever school starts again, whether that's September, December, October, whatever, and currently, right now, we want to develop a very articulated, very clear pre-K-12 distant learning package. What's happened with this pandemic, it's pushing school districts, public school and private schools, to a new level. And it's truly going to be a 21st century system. And we're behind, like most districts, regarding what a true 21st century school district should be. What I'm seeing is that the distant learning and online learning, it needs to be integrated with the traditional model. There's nothing better, though, than a teacher and a student working together in person. So we're going to have to mesh the emphasis of online and distant learning with what we're doing in the traditional model. And I think that would become a very powerful tool to have in our public schools. So we're going to, we also have to be considerate about the fact that this is a new world for many of our staff. And we need to prepare them through professional development, making sure that they have the tools to convey education to families and to students. So this is not an easy thing to do from where we are as a school district, and where I would say 95% of all school districts in Washington State and across the country we're there in the same place. You might have a few that have been dealing with this issue for some time, but most have not. And so, again, safety, the safety of our kids and families is number one. Number two is making sure that what we provide parents and students in terms of online and distant learning makes sense, and that we approach it very methodically, and that we have a well-organized approach to providing PK-12 education. Again, our vision, my vision, is that we have something in place in preparation for the fall that makes sense, and that involves training our staff and having an articulated pre-K-12 program in place, ready to go by the fall. And we're going to do our darndest to have something similar to what I just stated right now. But it's not going to be easy. It's not. And so taking into consideration our family's predicament, that all has to be taken into account as we move forward.
What's going to happen to the seniors? I think I read yesterday or saw somewhere, because Oregon did a similar, end of the year, we're done with school. Seniors, you're graduated. I mean, what's going on with our seniors this year?
Well, again, and thank you for bringing that up, Jeff. Our seniors are extremely important. They're missing out on many different activities, and we're all very concerned about that. But again, we have to keep everybody safe.
Yeah.
What we're doing is developing parameters and rules and regulations so that when we grant credit, we can defend what we're doing. And we're in the process of developing those parameters. But within those parameters, we need to be very understanding, very supportive of our seniors. This is a very difficult place for them to be in, and we're going to do everything possible to grant a graduation to those students that we can really justify.
Yeah.
So we don't want to just give a diploma, but we also have to be cognizant of the situation that we're in. And we'll bend when we have to bend, but still there has to be a standard that we need to maintain. But our goal is to graduate our seniors. Yeah. Now, one of the things that our seniors will be missing out on is the celebration and ceremony of graduation. At least at this point, it doesn't look like that's going to happen, but I've directed our principals, our high school principals, to create parent committees so that we can come up with some alternatives to honor our seniors. And they're busy trying to get those committees going right away so we can make some decisions. I don't want how we celebrate our seniors' graduation to be something that just comes from the school district or from me or the school board. It needs to come from the parents and our citizens to make sure that once we decide what we're going to do to honor our seniors, that we have the support we need to move forward. But graduation ceremonies is truly a celebration, and we don't take that lightly. And that's why I've asked the principals to meet with parents to see what we can do to develop some kind of an alternative to celebrate this great achievement.
Well, Dr. Alex Apostle, it's always something going on with the Shelton School District and the way things are happening now. We'll keep everybody updated weekly here on the Daybreak Show, and we thank the staff. I know I've seen a lot of great postings from your staff, your teachers, your principals, administrators, office staff, everybody, just about how supportive they are for the community. And it really does seem like that you guys are working very hard to get good information out to the parents right now, and I know that's much appreciated throughout the community.
I might add real quick that our board member Sally Carr, I asked her to put together a video
Yeah.
to assist families and parents and kids. And it's on our website right now, and she did an absolute magnificent job. And I hope that our parents and families get a chance to take a look at what Sally's done, because it is great, and we appreciate what Sally put together.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, we'll make sure we get the links to that, too, so people can see that. Dr. Apostle, good to talk with you, and be safe, be healthy, and we'll check in next week.
You do the same. Thank you very much.